Good morning, buenos dias, happy Sunday. Hello, everyone. I am so glad to see you. It's been a couple of weeks. And whoever you are, whomever you love, however you identify, wherever you are on your journey, whatever longing for hope brings you here today, whether you're joining us here in the sanctuary or online or even later, we're just really glad for this time together. I am Reverend Audette. I am the lead minister here at UU Asheville. This is one of my rare summer Sundays in the pulpit because, as is often the case in UU congregations, I take a little extra time for rest and for study, so I have something to preach to you about during the coming year. And we have a range of wonderful ministry guests who are joining us. Have y'all been enjoying the guests so far? Good, good. This morning, Dr. Les is taking time to celebrate his birthday, and we are delighted to have Paul Moore and Joanna Hewlett and Sandra Goodson providing music for us. Shout out to them. With great joy, I am happy that Simon Jacobs is on tech. And of course, just as a note, if you are new to Unitarian Universalism, maybe you're visiting for the first time today, or you're joining us online for the first time, we invite you to make sure you join us a few different times to get a sense of this pluralistic, progressive faith tradition. And don't hesitate we have two different welcome tables, one in the front hall when you come in, and one in the social hall afterwards. That's a great place to ask questions. You can ask questions of me, or you can ask questions of many of our longtime members and friends. So before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to, it takes a lot of people to make this place happen. Today in particular, I want to shout out some of our youth advisors, Brett and Margaret, who are taking folks on a trip today. But it really does take hours and hours and lots of hearts and hands to make this place possible, and we're really thankful. But for now, we're going to take a moment to co-create some sanctuary right here. The best way to do that, of course, is first to take a moment, check your phone and your device, make sure it won't make noise, interrupt. Oftentimes the cell sound is a little different from the sound of the music, so we want to separate those sounds out. Take a deep breath, settle your heart, and prepare to hear our opening music.
Every time I feel this way, this old familiar sinking, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted by and by. I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. It's been said, and I do believe that as you ask, so shall you receive. So take from me these troubles, bring me sweet release, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be lifted. By and by, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. There is a river in this heart of hearts, with a knowingness of my highest good. I am pebbles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. This river will never run dry.
So I want to invite Lucy up to help us light our chalice today. The chalice lighting words were written by Monica Jacobson Tennyson. You want to go ahead? Oop, that's okay. Turn to me. We're going to get it, don't worry. Sometimes it's just like that. There you go. Perfect job. Thank you. What is it that calls you here, that calls you onward, that calls you inward, that leads you homeward? What is it that gives you the power to make that change, to ask that question, to take that journey? What is it that says you have done well, that asks you to learn more, that brings you to stillness, that holds you up in hard times? It is relationship. It is the beating heart of our faith. It begins when we share this hour, our truths, this air, our hearts. Come, we have kindled the lamp of our flame together once more. And to make that sacred, let's sing together our first hymn. It's Come, Come, Whoever You Are. Many of you know it. We're going to sing it in English, Spanish, and English. So we'll sing it through 3 times. Please rise. Grab something, and then we have a wisdom story. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so we're going to do something fun today. So sometimes we have a wonder box for our story, but today I have little presents. And I wonder who will, you won't get to keep the presents, sorry. Just a note before I confuse anyone. The first one in particular would be a pretty big present. But who will open this little gift to see what's inside? All right, come and see. Come and see. You can look in here. Lift it up real high when you pull it out, okay? What is it? Keys to, what kind of keys are they? Car keys. You see why that would have been a very nice gift or a very unnice one, depending. Yes, did you have something you wanted to say? Go for it. Yes. Yes. All right, but not yet. We're not there yet. We're still on gift number 1. So car keys. So when you see car keys, what do you think about? Cars. Cars. What do we do with cars? Anyone? Ooh, somebody said it. Road trip. Road trip. They went right to it. Right. There's going to be a road trip today because our youth are going on a road trip to work with Big Creek People in Action for the next week. And so they're going on a road trip, not in my car. I'll be in my car. But they're going in a big van, right? Are we doing a van? 2 vans up there. Now, interestingly, are you ready to open the next one? Lift it up when you get it. Almost. Do you know what that is? Anyone want to guess what it might represent? What? Looks like a blackberry because it's kind of coal, but it's not a blackberry. It is representing a piece of coal. Technically, it's not coal. I couldn't get my hands on coal. But one of the things that the area that we're traveling to is known for is coal mining. There's a history there. And so this is another thing that just reminds us. But I suspect when they come back, there will be stories to tell about the people and the experiences and the place and the culture and everything that they got to do. So the last thing we're going to do is I put my water bottle on the second altar here along with papers. I'll be taking this one with me for the part that I'm with them, but do y'all have water bottles? Will you bring them up if you do? Come on down. And then you're going to hang out right here in front. Just set them all around. So, because we're sending these folks out on a trip, we also want to send them with a blessing. And they're all taking water bottles. That's one of the things we need to have on this trip. So I want you to put your hands on your water bottle, kind of stand loosely with your hand on your water bottle. Now, I'm going to ask somebody from each row, and do you mind, Trevor, maybe putting your hand on Margaret's shoulder? We're going to, everybody connect hands, hold hands with your neighbor. We're going to make a little chain of humans. One Trevor, let's have 2 Trevors. Would you mind putting your hand on her shoulder and you put a hand on this shoulder? Is that okay? Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. And then we're going to hold hands or hold shoulder. We want a chain of humans, right? Are we mostly in a chain of people all through the sanctuary? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read a blessing, and as I do it, I just want you to send all your love and care. Do y'all want to come join up too? I don't want to leave you out. I don't want you to feel lonely. Send all your love and care and wishes for safe travels, okay? Water is what we hold most in common with the earth itself, with each other, with almost all living beings on this beautiful blue-green planet. So as you travel, you carry these water bottles with you, a symbol of this deep connection to each other and to the earth itself. And with this time of blessing, remember that you carry our love with you. We will hold you in our hearts until you return safely to us, bringing with you perhaps these same bottles with new water from this journey, maybe to share at our water communion. Go with all our blessings. Return to us, bringing your new wisdoms and insights to share. Blessed be. And now we're going to sing you out, sing you on your way. We can also sing the littles to their spaces. And if you are new today or you have a new grown-up with you, take your grown-up so they can see where to pick you up later. But we're going to sing together as you go. just in case you're looking for me. So after the service and after I pick up my car and everything, I'm going to go join them for the next 2 days, and then I'll be back here in town. So now is the time in our service where we share a prayer. But you know, a lot has been happening even over the summer here in Asheville as well as in the world. There have been harms, there's been a lot that we're holding in our hearts. So I just want to take a moment before we share a time of prayer to light a candle for all of those difficult, hard things, war, crime, poverty, worries that we hold together. We're not alone in holding these. Spirit of life, holy source of love, encircle us this morning. Be with all who are suffering, those who are grieving, those who are afraid. Help us tend to one another with care. Remind us to seek one another outside our circles of comfort. Help us to be the wild and untamable leaders of a more radical love and acceptance. Stoke in us a fire of commitment to justice and freedom for all our human siblings, but also all our siblings in life on this small, blue-green, beautiful planet. Holy One, gentle us into a persistent outreach of care and concern. Let us find new ways to travel in one another's shoes. Empower us to both ask for and offer help when it is needed. There is no other day, no other time, no other people who will resolve all that must be resolved. Embolden us to live together in new ways of peace. May it be so. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be. Let us hold a moment of silence. May it be so. So now is the time in our service when we will share our joys and concerns. In a moment, I'll go down to the bowl and I will sprinkle a little salt into it to represent all of those cares and worries, the gritty, painful parts of life. And then we'll sprinkle flowers because there's so much that's beautiful and tender and growing and alive in our lives. You will be invited to make your way. Most of you know how to do this. We'll just do it the same way. Line up on either side. You're returning to your seats through the middle. There are rocks on each side, so you can grab a rock there. No need to wait with any gap. You know, if you get your rock, you can come on up to place it in the vessel. I'll be there as well. If you'd like a hug this morning, we'll have those for you as well. So, and I'm going to move my water bottle from the table, and we'll begin. So if you'd like to line up. We've placed 2 final stones in our common vessel because it represents the joys and concerns of those people not with us this morning in the sanctuary, because whether we are here together or we're separated by time and space, we are still one community. So now is the time when I think I get to actually start with some questions, because this is a question box service, and among Unitarian Universalists, a question box service is actually, many places it's a very common or a familiar practice, especially in the summertime. And it's a chance for the congregation to ask questions that interest them, and the ones that maybe a minister hasn't preached on yet, or they have a particular angle they're interested in. But it's also an opportunity for conversation among all of us. It's not just going to be me talking today. Actually, I have not made question box services very common in my ministry life. I've only done like one before. And what I love about it is when there's the give and take from the experience. So I will try to do them more if you're interested. Again, the best part of it is when you submit some questions and we get to talk about them together. I have a couple today. We're going to consider 4 different questions. And the 2 that I'm going to do right now are ones that came in, and I'm going to say, well, here are my thoughts on those questions. Then we're going to have a song for reflection, time for musical reflection, and then I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and what happens is we'll hear from you. Your wisdom will be in part of it. So that's how we're going to do it. Vox Populi for the second part. And one thing that emerged in the conversation about, well, what questions do you have? What would you put in front of me? Was a general question about living and dying. That's not very uncommon in religious spaces, right? And the well-known UU author and minister Forrest Church, I always resonate with this. He said that religion itself is the human response to being alive and knowing you're going to die, and that's what religion is. And I've always had an interest in trying to figure out how to live deeply, to try to seek meaning, to find out what things I believe are deeply larger than the single self, and I think that's how we engage this question of living and dying. So we're all gonna die. We all know this, but it's actually a pretty safe bet that all of us in this room are living in some kind of different relationship to that truth. I mean, some of us have tasted mortality very deeply. Maybe we've received a diagnosis. Maybe we're living with a diagnosis. Maybe we've had death knock unexpectedly on our door. And of course, others of us might be really trying to keep that knowledge a lot at bay. One of the things that studies show is that over 90% of people believe that it's important to talk with loved ones about end-of-life issues, but only about 32% of people ever do it. Yeah, so it's a big gap, right? And Caroline Gregoire, who is the writer in residence for NYU's Stern Initiative on Purpose and Flourishing, she writes, humanistic psychologist Rollo May compares America's cultural denial of the existential reality of death to the repression of human sexuality in Victorian England. At other times in human history, ignoring death would be an impossible feat because death was always top of mind. People died earlier, they died more visibly, they died at home, in childbirth, out in nature, on the battlefield. But today, death is largely sequestered, so we don't have to look at it. And the shocking reality of death might break through in moments of collective crisis like the Israel-Palestine war or the early days of the pandemic, but we quickly avert our eyes, return to autopilot. There are endless distractions to keep us from facing death unless we or someone we know is actually dying. The Buddhist monk Pema Chodron tells a story about taking her teenagers to meet the Karmapa, who is a very important teacher in Tibetan Buddhism. And she asked him, when she was introducing the kids, she asked him, well, what can you tell my kids who don't study Tibetan Buddhism? They don't really know very much about it. What's something important that you could tell them even though they're not grounded in Buddhism? And he looked at them and he simply said, you are going to die. Knowledge of our own death or the death of those we love is a double-edged sword. If we avoid it, or if we tend to bring so much fear to it that it causes very little outside of anxiety or suffering, then of course it's not a blessing. Holocaust survivor and therapist Viktor Frankl taught that this fearful or avoidant way of looking at mortality was itself the root of almost all our neuroses. But this knowledge, if we take it a little differently, can be a profound gift. It's, of course, the most essential form of bringing our attention to the present moment, this moment, right now, when we are alive. Together. We're here with all these people in this room. We might be together with people we love or care about. It's the source of being able to remember to take care, for example, at every parting. Why we shouldn't just let our youth travel a long distance to do stuff without noticing and paying attention and caring. At every parting, what will these words be? We have to ask ourselves when we say goodbye in the morning, if we never meet again, how will we have left things? But even this deep present moment awareness is not sufficient either. Because if we live only for the present moment, then how can we do what's necessary to make room for future generations? How can we save for the future or nurture the trees in whose shade we will never sit? Ann Lee, who was actually one of the founding leaders of the Shakers, said, "Do all of your work as though you had 1,000 years to live and as you would if you knew you must die tomorrow." That is the tension, to let the knowledge of certain death teach us, but not tame us, to let it have a stake in our awareness, but not the final word. Death can remind us to love each other more carefully and more completely in any given moment. It can keep us attentive to what's actually most important in our lives. And we also have to have the ability to see beyond the horizon of our own terminus, to build things that will outlast us, to give credence and place to people not yet born, to care about what might be possible if only we contribute our energy, our love, our care and efforts. The religious scholar Anne Klein says, "Life is a party on death row." So in the words, with this first question that we're asking, in the words of the immortal Bill S. Preston Esquire and Ted Theodore Logan, how many of you know them, these wisdom bringers? We're going to party on, dudes. Second question. Another one that came up in preparation for this was just simple ones, not hard or anything. What do we have to give up in order to be truly free? What do we have to give up in order to be truly free? Thanks, y'all. I believe the answer to this is certainty. In everything, we need humility, we need the knowledge that we might be wrong, and the ability to just live and do things without knowing for sure what the outcome will be. And I don't know about you, but I find this truly difficult. Not being sure something will work out if you spend a lot of time on it. Not being certain someone will love you if you risk your heart. Not knowing for sure your children will outlive you. Not knowing if they'll be safe. Navigating the day-to-day when the world around you seems to be falling apart. But to be free, we have to accept that there is no certainty, there are no guarantees, at least not in the things that truly matter. And just like living in the face of death, freedom asks us not to seek our answers in something, out there, but to ground our efforts in our own deepest values. To do things because we believe they matter. To attempt that the work itself, the effort, or the love that we invest is enough. That's what matters most of all, not the outcome. And this is why so many faith traditions remind us that the spiritual life is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not an outcome. It's a process, because there is no certainty. We may not get to the mountaintop. Our efforts, they may be in vain, or they may only get us partway home. The joy, the living, the freedom is in making our choices without the certainty of knowing where they will lead. So here ends my time of offering a little on questions posed. We're going to let that marinate as we receive the gift of music for reflections, and then we're going to come back and I'll have a little process for asking you some questions.
Hunters seeking solid ground. Don't stop trying to find me here amidst the chaos. Though I know it's blinding, there's a way out. Say out loud, we will not give up on love now. No fear, don't you turn like Orpheus, just stay here. Hold me in the dark, and when the day appears, we'll say we did not give up on love today. I'll show you good. breathe it in. You were written in the stars that we are swimming in, and it has no name, no guarantee. It's just the promise of a day I know that some may never see, and that's enough. If the bottom drops out, I hope my love was someone else's solid ground. Don't stop trying to find me here amidst the chaos. Though I know it's blinding, there's a way out. Say out loud, we will not give up on love now, no fear. Don't you turn like Orpheus, just stay here. Hold me in the dark, and when the day appears, we'll say we did not give up on love today. We'll say we did not give up on love today.
Okay, your turn. And here's how we're going to do this, actually. First, I do need the folks who are ushers to grab at least 2 microphones who might help me run around with those. Thank you. I appreciate both of you for doing this. So I'm going to ask you the question, and then we're just going to hold for a minute so that folks can think about it for a minute. It's harder to try to answer a question, especially in public, if you haven't had any time to think about the question. Some of us are good at that, some of us less so, but I'm going to try to explain the question. It's a little hard, actually. And then we're going to just pause for a second, let people think, and then we're going to see what responses that you would like to share with us. It'd be great if we can get multiple voices, so I'm hoping that might be the case. So here is your first question. Being human, of course, means that each of us contains multitudes. We're good sometimes, we're bad sometimes, and mostly we spend our lives somewhere in between 2 extremes. Maybe we never hit the extreme, but the question is, how should we judge one another? Is there a tipping point where we become the sum of our worst moments? Is anyone irredeemable? Let's hold for a minute. Is anyone irredeemable? So, who's going to break the ice for us? Thanks, James. Coming your way. It would help if you tell your name so that folks who don't know you can hear who you are.
I'm James. So my response to that would be, not so much is anyone irredeemable, but do we have the right or the privilege to make that determination? I know I shouldn't answer a question with a question, but that's what came up.
I don't think we can do this wrong. That's the great part.
Hello, I am James. Everybody. Hi.
Only Jameses today, please.
Ah, Lord. Okay, so my thought using I statements, of course, would be that I feel that we should try our best to love one another, and as far as the judging people, I feel in my heart that we shouldn't randomly just casually judge people, but only in proper situations.
Thank you.
I'm Steph. Recently, I had an experience in my family that changed the way that I would answer that question. And not to go into great detail, but my family deals with mental health issues, and there was an incident that happened that if anybody else in the world had done what this family member had done, I would never let them in our door again. And because of knowing who that person is and what they were going through, not only did we open the door, but we welcomed them back in with loving arms and continue to provide the support in as much as we're able to do so. We never really know what's going on in anyone's head or heart, and I think it's important for all of us to remember that, just like you said, that there's extremes on either end, and we never know what's going to trigger that. The second thing I would say is proximity. Like, don't just open your arms to any random person going through whatever the heck they're going through, but make sure that there's appropriate distance between you and what's happening and the person that's creating that space.
Thank you, Steph.
I'm James. No, I'm Ed. You forgot your line. When I come to a situation like that where I feel that I have to make a judgment, I usually go to Martin Luther King's statement about judging somebody not by the color of their skin, but by the content of the character. And that usually makes it a little bit easier.
Content of their character. If we can know, right? Thank you very much, Ed. We've got one here and we've got one here. So we'll go to Jody and then come down to Victoria and then come back over here.
Should I go ahead because I have a microphone?
Yeah, yes, you should.
Victoria.
Sherry, can you go over to Jody? Sorry, go ahead.
I think for me that no one is irredeemable, but the harm they have caused could be irreparable. And so I think they might be able to do their best to make amends and grow, and they themselves are redeemable, but they may have caused harm that can never be fully addressed. And I don't know quite how that correlates, just that it is.
Thank you. Thanks, Victoria.
Hi, I'm Jody. I believe that we are never the sum of the worst things that we have done, and that we are all worthy of love and dignity and respect now, no matter.
Thank you. I saw one here. And yeah, let's go ahead, Gary, and then we'll come over here, Sherry. Thanks.
All right, oh, that's really loud. I'm Gary, and my thoughts on this are that, it matters on whether or not you change your actions. If you don't make changes, then you might become irredeemable. But if you make active effort to make changes and repair the damage, then you can become redeemable.
Thank you. Thanks. One more on this, and then we'll go to the next question. Unless there's a burning, we could take one more. Okay.
I have a brother named...
If you can speak into the mic, that way people at home can hear.
I have a brother named James, but I'm Ann. So I believe there are people that are truly evil, and that we need to recognize that, and we often look at them as if there's possibility of goodness when there isn't. I remember reading The Road Less Traveled and then People of the Lie by the same author, and he talks about evil people. I remember also, I worked as a probation parole officer, and one of the questions had to do, I think, with this. And the interviewer was looking at how naive I might be about the people I'd be dealing with. And as it turns out, I don't think most of the people I dealt with were evil, but I do think it's good to look with clear eyes at the character of the people that you deal with. And most people are not like that, but I think it's a big deal, especially now.
Thank you. Let's just take a minute to hold what we've heard, because it just as we hope, it comes at it from so many different important angles. So let's just take a second. Thank you to everyone who shared your thoughts on that. All right. One more question, and I'll give you another minute to think about it, just to think about that. What should we expect of one another in community? And that word expect comes with a lot of baggage in a lot of cases, but what should we hope for? What should we offer? What are we called to in community? What should we expect of one another in community? So let's just take a minute to get you to be able to think your own thoughts. Okay, got one down here. Thanks for breaking the ice, Joanne.
I'm Joanne Fox, and at one time I lived in a co-housing community, and you couldn't always, have everything that would be best for you in that community. It would be that you were putting the needs of the community a little bit before. And I would say that when you're in community, you try to bring your best self there while you're with community.
Thank you.
I'm Chris, and I'm going to quote someone else, David Brooks. I recently heard say, tribalism is where you come together against something that you hate, something you're against, and community is coming together around something that you love.
Thank you. Thoughts are popping up.
Debbie, I was raised United Methodist, and they talk about giving of your prayers, your presence, your financial gifts, and your service. And I think at different stages in our lives, you might be able to give more financially, you might be able to give more by your service of gifts. You might not have a lot of money, but you can give by being, giving of service and praying for one another. And sometimes I've been able to be present every week in a faith community, and other times it's once a month. But it's we each do what we can at that stage in our lives.
Thank you. Got some down here. Thank you. Go, and then we'll come down here.
I'm Doug, and one would hope or expect redemption.
In community. Yes, thank you.
My name is Emily Breyer, and I am thinking about, there's a Buddhist named Kazu Haga who wrote a book, Healing Resistance. He studies Kingian nonviolence, and he talks about an organizing meeting where someone said, I believe in community, and we're all welcome at the table, but some of you should get way away from me. And for me, community is more than people you want to hang out with. It's more than your friends. It's more than the people who you love. It's the people that you want to fight with and build something with. And that's been important for me.
Thank you.
My name is Julie, and to just put it in a nutshell for me, in community, I think we hope for an open mind and an open heart.
Thank you.
This has actually been a lot on my mind lately. I'm Sandra, sorry. I just assume at this point. It's been a struggle for me lately to realize that the people in community with you that you may not enjoy spending time with is not their problem. it's my problem if I find someone annoying. It's not them, it's me. And that's been a really great framework for helping build community with people who I normally might not spend time with.
Yeah, thank you. Some thoughts over here. We'll take maybe 2 more if we have them.
I'm Ken. Yeah, for me, it's treating each other with dignity and respect, even if we disagree. And I think that last part is having, or not always easy for me, to when I would disagree with somebody to still treat them with dignity and respect.
Thank you. Anyone else? We good? All right, one more right here. You'll get the last word.
Hey y'all, I'm Sarah, and I just have a question. So to do the question from a question, what is community? I think one thing I wonder about is like, is it groups you fight with together, people you choose to be with, people you're forced to be with? Is the earth my community? You know, so I think my answer to your question depends on which community I'm traveling in at the time, and do I get to choose my community or not? Anyway, I have a lot of questions about it, so. Yeah, thanks.
Love it. Love it. Isn't that great? That's very you to end with a bigger question than we started with. But in all the answers, I think we want love to guide us. So why don't we sing about that? We're going to sing our second hymn, our final hymn. Well, it's not final because we sing our closing song. But if you will rise, we'll sing together. Love will guide us. You may be seated. So in addition to the singing and love will guide us, I just want to thank you all for sharing today. It's really beautiful to get to hear your thoughts and to share in this time and place. And now is the time for the work of the congregation. This is also an opportunity we love when we have some time to at least open the floor to those people who might be visiting with us for the first or second or early times. If you would like to do so, no pressure, we'd love for you to rise and tell us your name and maybe where you're visiting from. Do we have anyone?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Quetzal Jordan. I live in Swannanoa. And I've been coming here off and on for years, but I've never said hello. Today's the day. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. And I love all of your messages, and this community is really special to me already. So please go ahead and introduce yourself in the coffee area. I'll be hanging out, and yeah, I'd love to just chat.
Wonderful, welcome. Woo. Good start. Anyone? Back there? Wait, we need the mic. Hold on one second.
I'm Ed from South Florida, and I'm visiting my son that lives up here.
Wonderful.
So I come up about every 3 or 4 months.
Welcome. We hope you'll come see us when you're here. We got down here, down front.
Hi, I'm Diane, and I just moved here this past week, couple of days ago. And I've been to a UU church a couple of times, and I really love the philosophy and the community. And I really feel it in this sanctuary. I'm looking for community. I'm looking for connection. I'm coming out of a lot of isolation, and the opposite of that is coming back out to connect with people again. And so I'm really glad to be here, and thank you. That was a great service.
Welcome. Anyone else? All right. If we haven't said hello, or if you're newer in Shire, that's okay. We have a connections coordinator right here, Trevor, who's eager to talk to you. How many of you have found Trevor super difficult to talk to? If you have, talk to me. But we also have our whole congregation is really good at making sure they talk to new folks, make you feel welcome. We have a welcome table as well. So we hope that we will get to know you soon. And our announcements that we have, there's so much happening here, even in the summer when it's technically slower. Our announcements run as slides at the beginning of the service. If you've missed those, of course, what do you need to do? Anyone? The e-news on Thursday. And remember to click those 3 dots, because you'll miss like 90% of things if you don't see the whole trail. And if you're not receiving the e-news and you'd like to, just send us an email at information@uuasheville.org and we'll get you signed up. A quick note that we have pastoral care. Our pastoral care team members are here pretty much every service, every Sunday. They're willing to lend an ear. If there's anything heavy on your heart this morning, you'll find them at coffee hour wearing yellow name tags, or there is a pastoral care table and you can visit that. Our community plate partner this month is WNC Votes, and as always, we split the plate with our partner. One thing it's important to know every week is that this congregation, all our ministries, everything we do, it is completely supported by the members and friends of this community. We celebrate your generosity every Sunday. We do it with music and with deep gratitude, because you make us possible, and we give thanks for you. And so the offering will now be gratefully collected while we receive a gift of music.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When evening shadows and the stars appear and there's no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met, There's no doubt in my mind where you belong. I go hungry, I go black and blue, and I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Storms are raging on a rolling sea, and on that highway of regret, the winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I can make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
For the gifts of your time, talent, and treasure, we are truly grateful. And we are especially grateful to Paul and to Joanna, and now a special additional guest, Lucy, who are going to offer our music this morning.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, it's only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes that chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember, in the winter, far beneath
And now you see why it's so much a part of us that we be a fully multi-generational community, right? Well, I invite you now. We've come to the end of our service, and we're going to have a benediction, sing our closing song. So if you're willing and able to do so, I invite you to rise at the peak of your physical or spiritual stature. We'll have these closing words before we sing. Your presence in this place is a blessing. Your love for the world is a gift. You are not alone. So take your heart and hands now back into the world, for you are needed, and return to us to create this community again soon. Let us sing. Oh, thank you. Yes. Sarah Bareilles is my favorite. I have two little kids. I've got her, and then this is my little guy right here. Hi, Dad.
There's Mommy.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, it's Joanna Coolidge. That'll be awesome. Oh, yes.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Sarah Bareilles. Yeah, Mommy.
Lucy.
It's all about grief. I just lost her mom. And it was like, Sarah Bareilles is like her favorite. So she's going to go on tour, so I'm going to go see her. And singing all about grief and stuff. So it's, if you're still going to say if you want to get there, it's in Atlanta in September. And so, like, it's going to be ethereal. Yeah. I saw her the Rolling Stones. Anderson Cooper. Yes. Yeah. So good. Yeah. Well, you were amazing. Okay. Thank you. You're so welcome. Yes. Did you see any of it?
Just as you guys started singing, I wish you had his radio out.
Oh yeah, he does that. I have lots of videos. Everybody's pulled up. Hey. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. She is so performance motivated. So, oh yes, she's got all of her interpretive dancing and stuff. Yeah, she's like, can we sing every weekend? I was like, we'll see. Oh yeah, yes. Oh, I know it. She's actually starting to work on that song Wagon Wheel from Old Sunrise show. It's my cousin and I sing it, so she started doing it too. It's really cool. So maybe next year. Oh yeah, he couldn't compete against that. So yeah.
she was a little bummed, but she was so happy to like just perform. So she's my performer for sure. So yes. All right, y'all have a great Sunday. Yeah? All right. Cool.
Kid's got a mommy complex.
I know. Hey, Miss Wilma. Oh, hi. Hey, Dad. This is my friend Wilma. Wilma, this is my dad, Dave.
Hi, Wilma.
He's
Pleased to meet you.
yes.
How you doing? I'm a very proud person.
She's in my reproductive justice group. She's cool. We got to get together about that. I have so many ideas.
Great.
So, yes.
We're going to reorganize August 25th. I reserved the living room.
Excellent. Okay, cool. I am excited to do that.
Yep. I'm glad. We're going to restructure.
Yes, I am gonna. I've told myself I'm taking on a bigger role this year, and like I can do it. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pretty convinced that Lorelai's band teacher at school is not a good player. So I'm curious as to how he's going to help her.
Yeah, I know. He
There's
just needs
Wilma.
to. Yeah.
Look at him now.
I know. He's a turd.
Yeah. I mean, he's a band teacher. I've got it. Right. Yeah. And she went to that intensive camp at Mars Hill.
Yes.
Came back. I mean, she had
really wanted to be a part of it, so I was like, let's do something that you can do. Yeah. So it was like a video. Okay, yes. Everybody pull out their phones. I'm gonna grab my water really quick before I forget it. Hold on. It just sounds great. So yes. Hello. How are you?
Thank you so much for all this.
Oh, you're so welcome.
It's getting expensive.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah.
She couldn't pick a,
Oh, I know. She's like a musical. It's incredible. No. She does practice, but she's the time she sing, she can just hear.
Thankfully, my piano, someone paid for because they needed to get rid of it.
I'm Joanna.
That is very
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Missy
Do you do music too?
they had the piano.
Do you do music here?
I have it.
Oh, okay. What do you play?
And it's, a little crappy upright.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
And I bought a book on how to tune a piano, so I'm going with.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Yes, tomorrow. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. So Sandra probably knows more about that than I do. Les is usually the one that kind of like.
About what?
For who does the music on Sundays?
Oh, contact Les. He's always looking for guest musicians if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah. How do you guys? There's like the Sandburgers band that's kind of a hit or miss.
Band is a strong word for that.
Band is a strong word, yes. They're the
We
founding
show up
members.
on Sundays.
Association.
Right, yes. It's a collaboration.
But we're unkillable. We've been around for 10 years.
It's really unkillable. It does not matter how much or little we practice, just can't get rid of us.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like the band that's like the official band of the congregation, and then there's like, he's over here by Lucy.
Yeah, there's lots.
Yeah.
And Les is a good way to.
Les is always looking for more too.
Yeah.
'Cause he always feels guilty asking people, even though the people he asks do not mind.
Oh yeah, like I don't. Only slightly.
You did great. There's no.
Oh, thank you.
Like I said, it's mostly people would just be like,
Yes, I know. I figured I was like, I've got one little one up here for like the cutest factor, so that'll